What is up, you guys? Welcome to the collective. My name is Furman, and this is my wife Rebecca. And in this video, we are going to be talking about quite possibly one of the craziest stories in our life, I think, that we've ever had. But before we get into that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel because we are giving this thing away, okay? We're trying to get to 10K, and all you have to do to get us there is just subscribe. And then you'll have the chance to win this bad boy. But before we get into the video, don't forget to like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel for more awesome content just like this. All right, let's get into it. So I am going to start by prefacing this because, you know, she's going to be running the show now. I'm just basically going to give you the synopsis. We were in Seattle a few months ago, about late August, early September, and literally when we were down there, we had the craziest thing happen. It was the most amazing vacation we've ever had. I mean, honestly, it was a dream come true, despite it being Seattle, because I know Seattle is absolutely bananas, bonkers craziness, especially the downtown portion of it. But it was amazing up until this one point. And now I'm gonna hand it off to you.
Well, that brings me back to the night we were at leaving the bakery with the brothers, with the guys.
Brothers? What brothers?
The guys.
They're not brothers.
No, like our brothers. You know, our friends.
The bros.
The bros, yeah.
Leaving the bakery with the bros.
No, this was after the convention. Okay, so if I can go back. Oh, it's Saturday. This was a Saturday. It was the end of August, whatever day that is. And
30th or 31st.
29th or something. So we're walking. It's getting a little dark. And we went to the bakery and I was like, oh, I kind of want to do our own thing, but like I also want to hang out with the friends. So we meet up at the bakery. And
just call them the motel, the Motel 6 boys, okay? So they know who we're talking about.
this is for Demetri.
You what?
So yeah, as we're leaving, you know, we're like, it's busy because there was a convention for PAX West. And there was also a concert, there was a game. It was just a lot of stuff, so there was lots of people. Like the locals were like, yeah, it's busy. So we knew it's, you know, we were used to it already. We're like, all right, keep an eye on the baby, on the stroller. We're like walking close. And I don't know, for whatever reason, I'm like, well, I don't need my purse. And like the stroller has a basket in the, you know, it's got a basket and there's like lots of space. Like for the most part, whenever I would take my purse off, I would put it in an area where you don't see it. Like you'd have to like reach in and really like, unless you were me or Furman, you would know what you're reaching for. So, you know, the convention, Furman actually won a speaker. Mm-hmm. So it's a big box and we just kind of like threw stuff in because we were just like, let's keep the stuff in there. It fits, all right, let's go. So with my purse, as we're leaving the bakery, I have it off and I put it like not, I don't know, I got lazy with it. So it was like on the side under, just a few inches under a baby. And
in the stroller.
Yeah, in the basket under the stroller. Or yeah. Okay. So not where I normally put it. And this is where it gets just, you know, like we know the time frame where it happened. There's people out there watching. They're waiting to take, you know, to harm people. But as we're walking through from the bakery to our bus stop, that's where my purse goes missing. Like, and it's just bizarre. Like walking with Furman, looking at the stroller, paying attention to who's around us. We would have, you know, we thought, okay, we had it. Like we were locked in, and no. So we get to the bus stop and my husband's like, get your pass, get it ready, which, we're always trying to be prepared, so I'm not having to like reach for stuff. So wherever we were going, we always had the badge ready or whatever. So I'm like, I don't see my purse. And he's like, okay, like look around, like you probably just moved it or something. I'm like, no, I know where it was. I was watching, and my heart starts to race because this has never happened before. So, and I'm like aware of this stuff. So I'm like, no, my purse is gone. And I have my watch on, and I'm like, Furman, like use the Find My phone. And
I was still in disbelief at this point, and I was basically like, no, I'm pretty sure you just kind of like tucked into something. So at this point, I'm like basically telling you to calm down, because you start freaking out. Like you start like running away from me as fast as you can, and then like moving back. Yeah. And I'm like, hold on.
So, I'm like, okay, my purse is gone, He's looking, at this point on the Find My iPhone, because I looked in the basket everywhere. I'm like, no, I know it's gone. And I just start going, like I look around at like people that are near us, and like locking eyes with some of these people, and it's like right in front of Target. So I go walking in one direction because immediately my brain is like, look for it. Yeah, like we need to retrace the steps, look for it, look for whoever could look suspicious. So I go into the entrance at Target. Furman's following me. He's like, he's thinking a little different at this point, but I'm just like, go, go, go. So I asked the security, is there any video footage? And I had to go to the other side, and I talked to the security over there. I said the same thing. They're like, oh, you need a police report.
That was way after.
Well,
you're moving past. You forgot the chase part.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, remember, like, this is the mistake that I made. And do not make this mistake. If somebody steals your stuff, do not ping it, okay? Like, just don't do it. I started going crazy, and I started pinging it all over the place. And essentially, that's what made the guy turn the phone off, and it made it way harder to find it. So I started, luckily she had her AirPods in her purse. Well, I guess that's not luckily. She had her AirPods in her purse, and I ended up pinging that like crazy. And thanks to the AirPods, like the AirPods, they connect to any iPhone that's close by. So I was able to kind of sort of track it. And so it led us like a block or two away. And that's essentially where the guy pretty much ditched the AirPods. Like he just threw them in the trash, or threw them at the trash, and we were able to recover the AirPods. And that was super important because I engraved something that was like a little memento. It was something that was personal to both of us. So yeah, I'm glad. I was at least happy that we were able to get that. I didn't care too much about the phone or the cards or anything like that, because we immediately locked up the cards, and I was already like working on an insurance claim and all that, so we were basically good to go.
Yeah, so it was all sentimental, like part of me was like just thinking different things, because I'm like, what if this person harmed us, or like that, I don't know, that's what I was thinking as we're like moving along, like walking wherever we're thinking this is where we should go. Or so with my purse, like I knew everything that was in there. I travel very light. Like right before we left, I switched my purse, made sure it's like the smallest one that I have. I had like this tiny wallet that just holds a couple cards, and we had change in there, like quarters, like less than $10. But it was my real ID, 2 credit cards, 2 debit cards,
a little bit of cash,
like a couple like things I keep as mementos, like receipts, a ticket, and then my phone with this really cool case that he'd gotten me, and then my AirPods. So like really, all replaceable, but I was just like, no, like this is important to me. So we get to this the place where they'd thrown them, and one of the security guys sees us, and he's like, you know, connecting things. He comes over and he's like, everything okay? Like, he sees that I'm looking all frantic, like trying to look at trash without touching it because I don't have any gloves on. And then our baby's there, so I'm like going back and forth, and I'm like, Furman, watch the baby so I can do this. And then he started to talk with us, and I told him what was going on as fast as I could. And he's like, okay, you can come sit over here in the back where the hotel was. And he really cared. Like, he listened, and he gave us some advice. He's like, you know, you can make the police report, but it's probably like, it's a purse, you know. Yeah, probably gone. So, and then he's like, you know, and I advise you, this area, it's dark, like there's a lot of stuff going on, really bad stuff. So I don't want you guys to get hurt. Like, don't go after it. Like, so
I was about ready to go after it.
But
About
yeah,
to whoop some homeless booty.
because I'm like, it's all replaceable, but I'm like, this is also how we've been keeping in touch. We were using both of our phones, you know, so to keep in touch with family and take pictures. Like, I would record, or he would record, or whatever. So I'm like, I need this, like, it's useful. So no, like, I made the police report. What else? After that we just went home, and we
Mind you, the time, like, we had stopped hanging out with the Motel 6 boys around, like, was it like 7 or 8 maybe? And we were out there running around like headless chickens for like 2 or 3 hours. Like, it just got to the point where I was just exhausted, and I'm like, there's just no hope. We're not gonna find it. Let's just go back to the sketchy motel we were staying at.
but we found the AirPods, which was crazy. Like, both earbuds and the case.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I
They were
got
still
this
beeping.
back.
They were still beeping too.
Sanitized like the heck out of those things. But yeah, so we get back, we go to sleep, you know. I wake up and I'm like, my purse, it's not here.
Yeah.
And the whole time, like, we would open the app and look at the location, and it would just kind of be like pinging in different areas, but it was like kind of in one area. And over the next couple of days, that's when I think it was Sunday, we went on with the day. I was like, we're not gonna let this affect us. Like,
We're still gonna enjoy our vacation. But for, like, I think it was like the next 2 or 3 days, I was tracking it. Like, I was literally tracking the heck out of this thing, and it kept, like, it would ping, and then it would just go silent for like hours, or like it'll ping in 30-minute increments, and then it would ping in like a half a day. So it was kind of going all over the place. And I think one of the spots that it was going to was what's the big monument over there?
like Uptown.
No, the Space Needle. That's what it is.
So Monday goes by, we are sticking to like, the rest of the convention. Monday we did a bunch of stuff. It's like afternoon, and we're still paying attention to it, and it's not until Tuesday where Furman is seeing it in this one area, and I'm like, let's sightsee, let's get out, but also let's try to look for this. So we got close, and also that's when the credit card was charged again, and it was declined.
Yeah, we locked it up. We locked all the credit cards like within minutes of it getting stolen. So they didn't take anything, but we could still see the charges they were trying to make. And they were making like $300 or $400 charges to like some type of grocery store or something like that.
This is where it's like, you know, if you need something, why take, like, I don't know. Just ask. I'm like, I've got some change, $10 here.
I think at that point that day, I think we were going to Space Needle, right? We weren't going up it because it's like $60 per person. Heck no. Standing next to it and like looking up, that was good enough for me. Like, I'm good. You know, I got to go to Japan this year. We went to Tokyo Tower, went all the way up that thing. That was way better than Space Needle. But yeah, we were tracking it. We got pretty close to Space Needle, did all that cool stuff, and the phone kept pinging. It kept pinging in like 5 to 10 minute increments. So I was like, hey, we're actually kind of close to this. So like, we took a train over to the location it was at, and then it started going a little more silent. Like that's where, you know, like we were getting like frantic but like excited. Like I felt like the adrenaline just pumping because I'm like, oh my god, this guy's so close, and when I grab him, I am going to beat this man. So like it starts pinging and we're getting close to it, and we arrived to the place where it last pinged at. Nobody was there, and it was close to a house, so we were about ready to start knocking on some doors. And then I think that's when you called the cops, right?
I called police because I'd already put in the police report, so I'm telling them everything. And like through the calls that I was making, I was like a little frantic, and I spoke with different there was different phone calls, so they were like, oh, don't go chasing after them, you know, like especially because I told them we had the stroller, we had the baby. And I'm like, okay, but we're like still keeping up because like if you don't, you're gonna lose your chance. So safe distance though, that's what my focus was. And then I just kept calling the police and talking with them, and the few different people, they were very helpful. Seattle police, thank you. But it was scary though, because I'm like, wait, I don't even know if I want to be doing this. I don't know, like it's a phone, but I'm like,
no, I did. I wanted to assault someone that day.
oh, and we also had my sister-in-law with us, and she was helping out too. She's like, what do you need? Like, she lent me her phone.
She was about that action too. So we were both gonna throw hands and beat this fool down.
And thanks to her, like she knew exactly where we needed to go because we showed her the map, and she's like, oh, I know where that is. So yes, Yalitza, thank you.
Yeah, we were literally following this guy, and like I said, it was like pinging at like 10 to 20 minute increments. So we would get really close to him, and really, really close, and then like it would stop pinging. So we would kind of start freaking out, and then we walked away. Like we got close to this car, so we're Safeway. You guys are from the lower 48s, and we got past it, like behind this what is it, like an apartment building. And then we started walking like 5 minutes, like, I don't know, west from there. And then it pinged back again from that location. So we were like, oh man, we got this guy. And this is when we got close. Like we came back, like my sister rented one of those like portable, what do you call it? The scooters. And we went back and we saw the guy. We saw this freaking scumbag. I don't know if he was the guy that stole it, but he had the phone. So we finally see him, and we're like, oh man, we got this guy. So at this point, we're literally talking to the cops, and you know, we had to get a little crazy. We had to take the earrings off, you know, the hoops, and we had to get the razor blades ready and the Vaseline because we was about to choke this hoe. So like at that point, I'm literally yelling at the cops, and I'm like, you need to come over here right now, because if you don't come in the next 5 minutes and he starts leaving, I'm gonna have to put some hands on this dude. And that's when the operator's like, no, you can't do that. And then he's like, do you have weapons on you? And I'm like, I don't know, maybe. And then he was like, yeah, he was basically like, okay, I am asking you seriously right now, you need to tell me if you have something on you. And then I was like, no, I don't have anything. But yeah, I was telling them to get over here, and I was freaking out.
I explained, you know, we have the baby. I want my phone back. I'm positive this is the location because, you know, refreshing the Find My app, and it's right there. And
yeah, we walked by him, and it pinged right next to him, and then it pinged again another three or four times when we were close to him. So we were like, yeah, that's definitely him. It has to be him.
The people that were walking, you know, down the street, I was making eye contact with them while on the phone with the police because I was like, this is what's going on. And like most people were like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. There was one woman who was walking toward us, and I was thinking to ask her, and I looked at her and I thought, okay, no, for some reason, I don't know why. And she went right to the man, and I was just like, oh, okay. So she looked normal too, like she had a medical outfit on. And so the police get there, and there's the two cop cars. On the phone, the operator says, do you see them? Do you have eyes on them? Okay, wave them down. So that's what I do. And these two women officers, they were so helpful, so kind. They went over, they started talking with us about what's going on. Furman goes with Yalitza, and because I'm just like there with the baby, I'm like, just, I don't know, like I'm gonna just watch from here. And so yeah, they helped, and they were able to get the phone back. Not, the guy, he didn't show anything else, so I don't know if he had my other stuff, but he had the phone wrapped in tinfoil, and he said that he found it like that.
That was actually my favorite part, because when we show up, we showed up with the police officers and we went straight to them, and the Asian girl's like, what the freak is going on? Like, what happened? And the police officers asked him, like, hey, do you have his stuff? And at first he's like, no, I don't have anything. Like, I don't have a purse or anything like that. I don't have a phone. And at this point, I'm like yelling at him. I'm like, dude, I'm tracking the phone right now, and it says it's right here. Literally, it says it is right in front of me. So you have the phone, so you need to give it to me. And then he changes his tone. He's like, oh, well, yeah, I did find a phone behind a trash can or whatever. And he like pulls it out, and it's just a phone without the case for whatever reason. I guess he must have been an Evangelion fan, because he decided to take the case. But literally, he took the phone and he had it wrapped in tinfoil. And mind you, the craziest part is that the battery life, I think it was like under 5%. So if this man had moved one more time, it would have been a wrap. Like, there's no way we would have been able to find the phone. We would have been leaving, like, I think we were leaving that Wednesday, right? So we found it the day before we were leaving. Like, it was a huge blessing. Like, that was all God.
The phone, it said, this is a stolen phone. If found, return to. And then it has, like part of the email with the star symbols. So, talking with the police, like, there was also a man who came out from the building, one of the buildings there, and he asked us, he was like, does this have anything to do with two people? And he described him, and we were like, yeah. And he said, well, they were in the back, and they were throwing some stuff out by the dumpsters. So the police officers, they were like, we'll walk back with you. And I was just, as we're walking through and talking, I'm kind of like looking at the dumpsters, and I'm like, what are we gonna find? Like, at this point, we got the AirPods, we got the phone back. These officers have helped us so much. I was like, that's it.
It was enough.
Yeah. So, no, that was just, it was scary thinking of our lives in danger, our baby, like what could have happened, like just, it makes you like, okay, that you need to be cautious and careful. But it's like sometimes in those moments, like you're just something happens, and it's just, you don't have no control, like, except to how are you going to react. So that's what happened. And I'm grateful for, from there we went on the ferry.
Yeah, we enjoyed the rest of the vacation.
And that is the story of the stolen purse.
That's a great name. Yep, that was an insane story. Honestly, we were supposed to tell this story like months ago, but September and October, I ended up getting sick a lot, and you know, video production just kind of went down from there. So yeah, but now we're back. We are trying to at least hit 4,000. That's where we're at, right?
Like close to
Forgot how many subscribers I got. Yeah, we're at 3844 right now. We're trying to at least hit 4,000 by the end of the year, but we are trying to hit 10K. So we are going to be giving away this bad boy. Take this thing off our hands, okay? I'm sick and tired of looking at it. Like, I'm done with it. I'm tired of looking at those smug jerks over here. It's just annoying. It's driving me crazy. So help us out. You know, share this video, subscribe to the channel. That's really all it takes, you know. So yeah. Alright guys, that is the end of the video. And as always, do not forget to like this video,
share this video,
and subscribe to my channel for more awesome content just like this. And we will see you guys on the next video. Peace. Those police officers are very lucky that they showed up when they did, because if that man had started leaving, he would have got the beat down. Bro, I would have been dropping elbows on him. He would have got the leg drop like it's Hulk Hogan up in this thing. And he would have got choked out. I would have hit him with the walls of Jericho and the people's elbow all at the same time. And my sister would have held him down. Okay? Because that's what we do. All right, bye.